Hello, fellow Far Riders, and welcome to Iron Doc's Gold Challenge Mode Guide. Before I get into the details of the dungeon, I will make a few notifications now. The difference between gold and silver is absolutely zero mistakes. If we wipe any time besides the times where we purposefully reset hero, it's a reset. If we're behind a specific time I'm looking for by like 3-4 minutes, it's a reset. If Z dies, it's a reset. Basically, if anybody dies or we're behind, it's a reset. Now, as for specs, for bronze and silver, I had you guys just do whatever the hell you want. But since I can farm 25 heroic kata dungeons, raids, not dungeons, I will personally pay, if you guys need me to, for you guys to have one single target spec, and I mean the most badass spec. And keep in mind your item level is scaled down to 630, so some talents and specs are better than others, and one AoE DPS spec. The purpose for this is obviously AoE is more noticeable during trash than bosses, whereas single target is for bosses, with the exception of the council fights in this dungeon and Everbloom. Not so much the first boss in Grimroll, because the first boss in Grimroll you're supposed to be focusing down the hulking berserker boss, and yeah, we'll have hero for that anyway. So, one other thing I would like to mention is stun order is absolutely a necessity in golds. So our order will be, well, for AoE stuns at least, it will be me, then Dark. Since me, Dark, and Z, if Capacitator Totem still works, and since Ape and Kevin can't AoE stun, or they only have a single target stun, they will just do whatever they can to stop the mobs from raping our face. Well, destroying our face. With that said, here's the strategy. First two pulls, well, first pull will be these two packs, the pack in front and the skull pack. And if the damage is sustainable, we can pull the Battlemaster too, but in challenge modes, I am pretty sure he hurts for a lot. So the kill order will be Incinerator, then Deadeyes, and Foot Soldiers are pretty useless. They don't really do much. So I would like to just taunt this and then line of sight this because they have ranged. Just pull them over here. Since I'm not a Death Knight and I can't death grip them. Since this is normal, I'll just pull the Battlemaster too. Some things you need to know. There will be fire arrows and oil on the ground. The reason why there's none now is because they're just melting. But if we do our stun order properly, it should go fairly well. Then our next pull will be this pack. This little spare guy here. And that pack. That pack has a mini boss. So we need to be careful. If somebody dies here, it's not a problem, we won't reset, but you guys have to release immediately. See, there's the oil. If you stand in it and you're hit, I believe you get stunned, yep. There's fire everywhere. And then we will be pulling pack by the Ogron here. This pack hurts, so I will try to pull all of it together. If it goes horribly, then I will reset the dungeon and we will do it in 2 pulls. But I really don't want to do that because the whole point of gold is just melting the trash and getting going from boss to boss. Then we'll pull this pack. That's basically it. That's all the trash for till the first boss. Well, no, there's one more pull, but after this video, I'm gonna make sure we need to pull it or not. If not, we will invis past it, run past the boss, and engage the boss without pulling any extra trash. I will write a detailed strategy after this because I want to include specific numbers, checkpoints, if you want to consider that way. And for example, for this boss, I want to be here within like 5 minutes. That's actually pretty slow. I want to be here in like 2 to 3 minutes, if possible. And I want this boss dead in say 2 minutes. 1 minute 50 seconds is superb, but boss times are not as important as time spent on trash. For this boss, all you need to worry about is the fear, which only occurs on 50%. Phase 2, which occurs at 50% health on Dreadfang. And Fleshrender Nukar will cast Reckless Shields, Reckless Bubble, Reckless something. Just don't DPS the boss. If you do, you will be feared, and there's a chance you will be feared into flames of death and destruction. Reckless Provocation, there you go. It can't be dispelled, so just turn your backs. I'll kite the boss and make sure that goes well. If you do hit the boss, it's not the end of the world. Just make sure you don't damage it too much because I believe it could heal the boss. I know it heals the second boss if you break a bubble, so just be wary. You don't really want to attack the boss though when he's provocated by recklessness because he'll be feared. For me and Ape, you can break out of the fear with every man for himself, but that shouldn't happen. We should use every man for himself when it's absolutely necessary. Now, this is one of the time savers for the dungeon. Normally, for bronze and silver, we pull these one by one. But what we're going to do is I will just run up to them, and they will love tap me. See? Love tap. Then one of the DPS will run ahead of me. Instead of just running past these Ogron, I'm actually going to be aggroing them with Thunderclap and Revenge and all that good stuff. And the DPS will be getting into this Iron Star and just annihilating them, saving a good 4 minutes. Well, let's see, I can probably reset them if I go in here. Yeah, okay, so that's that. This is just normal Iron Star crap. We just need to do this as fast as possible. Don't waste time here. The upcoming trash is a gauntlet, but at the same time it's not, because you don't have to go through it at a fast pace. You can take your time. But if we take our time, it'll be detrimental to our time. So there will be a pat here. When you look for the deckhands there, I believe this is the pat. If you don't pull it, they will pull with this pack, so you may as well just go ahead and initiate them. Friendly fire can be useful, well, not. Alright, let me actually reword that. It's helpful to pull this pack here because they can be stunned by the cannons, which it doesn't deal as much damage as I have been led to believe, but a stun is a stun, and I will enjoy it anytime. Then we go here. This part is pretty freaking deadly because you have no place to run, and there's deckhands here, which throw out their iron weapons of shittiness. So I'll try and pull the Ogron Laborer early because, like I said, we need to be done with this instantly. I wish it'd be instantly. I know we're gonna spend at least 3 or 4 minutes on here. Oh well. You really can't. I'm gonna line of sight these because the majority of the trash is ranged. And if I do it right, they'll just stop and the cannon should stun them. There's the oil again, so the oil makes another appearance here. Yay, oil! See, yeah, they're stunned. No, they're not. They're not stunned. Liars! Liars, a lot of ya. For this pack, for this boss, I want you guys to switch. No. What do I want you guys to do? I want you guys to actually remain single target because Skull here will put up a blood shield. If we need, the goal for this boss is like 1 blood shield. If 2 goes off, it's not the end of the world. But if 3 goes off, I'm immediately hitting my little nifty reset macro here. Once the blood shield occurs, you guys will be DPSing cross. And cross may be different. Since this big guy in the middle here has more health, I may make him cross. But whenever Skull dies, you guys will kill Nissa Nox. So when Skull alive, the order will be Ariok, and then for Blood Shield part, Makak, and then once Skull dies, Nissa. So let's show it. Hopefully, see Blood Bolt. Yeah. Unfortunately, you're not going to see the blood shield, but it will occur 1 to 2 times. Big Boom, you just move away, or you can kill it. It doesn't have much health. What else is there to say? I'll be facing this guy this way, actually, because he does his frontal ability. And this part can save us a good 5 to 10 minutes. Here's what we are going to do. I hope I can use Goog in dungeons. If not, I will be depressed. This is what we're going to do for this trash pack. Pretty fun, huh? The goal here is to actually wipe. This is one of those purposeful wipes. And that's because this trash pack has no necessary trash to do whatever. Come on, please work. Yes, alright, there you go. Bye, Goog. Wish you would be useful in challenge modes. For this boss, single target spec. Opens up cages and bunch of wolves pop out of the cages, or one of the Rylak, poisonous Rylak. If he frees a Rylak, the Rylak needs to die fast because he will poison party members, and more damage the healer needs to heal through, our precious healer needs to heal through, the worse time she has, and it's pretty much avoidable. It's not really avoidable, it's minimizable. There you go. And there's nothing new for this boss. Move out of his face if you're in front of him when he does that. Even if I get aggro on the wolves, they somehow won't uh, attack me. They'll continue to attack the party members. I'll have threat on them, I'll have aggro on them, but they'll be like, what are you what are you trying to do to us, sir? I want to kill your healer. I ruin your gold attempt. Give us be. Ah yes, time to feed. Should probably mention that. 815 boss would get out of that. That'd be great. And then this is the final boss, nothing special. Hero at the start. And all that goodness. Let's do this. Yeah, you melt, Koromar. You melt. You're no match for me. Ain't nobody got time for that. I'm not going to be able to avoid his smash. That also gives me a chance to discuss this part of the fight. If you can make it to that side, that crate, safely, go ahead. But if not, try to stay back here. And backdraft will annihilate you. Try not to get hit by it. I just got hit by it for 28k, and yeah. You can actually skip this barrage if we're fast enough, saving 10 seconds in the fight, which when we're down to a tight gold timer, it could mean the difference between gold and silver. Yeah, that's Iron Dogs. The only part I fear really is the gauntlet. I don't know if I mentioned this, but since the first boss doesn't actually occur until Dreadfang is at 50% health, and even when you can DPS the boss, he can shield himself. Hero will not be on the first boss. Hero will be on the trash. The first trash area. When you know, let's look at the time. Actually, challenge modes, Iron Docks. It's a 20-minute, so we basically have to use it. We need 10 minutes. If we use it at the start, we can use it twice. Let's see. Use it, 10-minute cooldown, 10 minutes left. Yeah, I was thinking for some stupid reason we could do it 3 times, but we have 2 heroes in this dungeon, and one of them will be used on trash, and oh yeah, we can actually hero for the second boss too, because we're gonna do our little kamikaze run, and if it's successful, hero reset. So trash, hero on trash, hero on second boss, kamikaze run, reset hero, kill Osher, save your DPS cooldowns, and use it to just annihilate this boss, and hopefully if everything goes well, at the end of the night we can have our first gold. That is all. Good night, folks.